Still seeing scheduled live. Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Let me get on Facebook and double check to see if you guys are hearing me clear. We've been having a little technical issues tonight. I'm not seeing the live on my end, but I am told from my team that we are live, which is a good thing. So give me 1 second. Let me just go to my page and do a little housekeeping and see how it's going on my end on Facebook. And I also want to tag our awesome speaker on there tonight as well. Yeah, so we are live. I am seeing myself on Facebook. So let me tag our speaker tonight, Miss RIA Molly. I just tagged her. So you can share it from Facebook if you're on. If your app is activated, Miss RIA, you could share it that way. But tonight, everyone, is a special one. She's a dear friend of mine. She's a mentor of mine. I would only do this for a few people on a Sunday. Amen. So I'm very excited. She has an extensive background. She has has trailblazed and pioneered so many industries. So before I go any further, I would like to go into her bio, and then we'll bring her to the screen to get straight into her interview, because we want to keep it short and sweet tonight. So if you haven't, take the time now to tag, like, and share the broadcast. I'm telling you, she has done some amazing work in several industries. She is a wealth of knowledge, literally. She's an honest person. She's humble, and she's always on point. She will get you together real quick. She's a no-nonsense person. And that's what I love about her. But yes, to get into her bio now, Maria is a native New Yorker like myself, from Bushwick, Brooklyn, New York. Maria is a wife, a mom, an entrepreneur. Everyone calls her Ria. She lives in Winter Garden, Florida. She has been in the fitness, talent, fashion, entertainment profession since 1991, y'all, to present. Ria has experience as a model coach, acting coach, and makeup artist. Her websites are riamolly.com and riamollyfitness.com. Ria started out in the entertainment business as a dancer. So before J-Lo, it was Ria, okay? Just want to put that out there. She danced at many concerts. She has danced and choreographed with several R&B artists and groups. Ria studied fitness and nutrition and became a group instructor and personal trainer while modeling and dancing. She currently still holds those credentials along with Zumba, group class, personal trainer, and wellness coach. She renews her credentials every 1 to 2 years. She has great knowledge of supplements, essential oils, and herbs as well. So for all of you guys that are into holistic health and wellness, she is your go-to person. She's your woman. She's your girl. There was a time in Ria's life that her health became a challenge. She had several diseases that made her life difficult. Some she was born with, and some which she acquired during her 30s and 40s. She's a cervical cancer and ovarian cancer survivor, y'all. Undergoing many surgeries and treatments and surviving very difficult times, she refused to give up. Ria takes wellness, fitness, and nutrition very seriously and has learned how nutrition, natural remedies, along with exercise, can support the very most difficult health conditions. Her wellness seminar events that she hosts and speaks at is called Wellness Matters and So Do You. And she has a passion to educate all into or back into wellness. Her wellness business is called Wellness Matters and So Do You LLC, which is a woman-owned, minority-owned business. Ria has written several beauty and skincare articles for magazines and blogs as a contributing writer, and has a gift of mentoring. She really does. She is an author and wrote a fitness journal called Becoming Well by Ria Molly. Ria is passionate about coaching all people to wellness. She wants all to become the best wellness version of themselves. Without further ado, everyone, please bring up my mentor, Ria Molly, to the. Hello. How are you? You're unmute her.
You hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
Good. How's you?
We're good. We're good. We're good. We're happy. We're excited to have you. I'm honored to have you because, like I said, you are a great like aunt to me. You're a mentor to me. I've learned so much from you in the time that we worked on some projects behind the scenes together. And I just love the work that you do within the community. For me, that's one of the main things that I love about you is your honesty, your integrity, being no nonsense, all about business, but also someone who's really humble and honest and really is you care about the community, you care about people, and you service the people. So that was always what drew me to you. So it's an honor to have you tonight and to interview you. So let's get into this interview
Thank
because
you.
I have some questions for you. So let's start off with how would you describe RIA, the woman versus the CEO, or are you one and the same?
No, I'm not one of the same. So Ria is an introvert.
Mm.
When I talk to people, in my brain, I just keep thinking about when is this going to be over so I can be by myself. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the real Ria.
Mm. Okay. And what about the CEO?
The CEO is a workaholic. Um, I talk a lot during the daytime. I think that's why I look forward to my alone time is because I do talk a lot. So I enjoy mentoring. I enjoy empowering, helping to, get someone to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
But those that are familiar with introverts, um, that's very draining on us sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's kind of like I like to think of myself as a light switch. I switch on and off. When I do Zumba or when I do any type of mentoring and speaking, you would not know that I'm an introvert because
Mm-hmm.
I have learned how to separate the two. I learned to tell Ria, look, this is what we got to do because this is your calling.
Mm-hmm.
And you could be by yourself later. So
Okay.
I've I've learned to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I love people,
Yeah.
and I just love being there for them. That's the CEO, Ria Malley.
Yes, definitely. I agree with that. You know how to switch up
Yes.
and get the job done. I'll tell you right now. How did you launch your career in the fitness, talent, fashion, entertainment industries in the 90s? What has changed within those industries since then, in your own opinion? Like, especially with now everything is on social media.
Yes. Thank God, because if it was like that when I was younger, mm-mm-mm. But I'm glad it wasn't. When I was younger, I was dancing at a club
Hmm.
and I was spotted and I was asked to dance for concerts. I'm not going to mention the person's name because,
Right.
I don't have permission to do that.
Hmm.
But he chose me to tour with him.
Hmm.
And I started dancing and I got involved in modeling. There was a lot of scouters going after me because I had a great look. Back then, I had very short hair. I danced my little tushy off, and I was breakdancing. I even used to spin on my head. So that wasn't
Wow.
like a thing that girls do. Well,
Right.
they started getting into that, but I just started to do a lot of concert dancing and shows. And then I did bridal gown modeling. Then in a couple of years, I got tired of the whole scene and I wanted to do behind the scenes because I learned a lot during my career.
Hmm.
And there were so many people that were getting into the business the wrong way.
Hmm.
And I started mentoring a lot of talent that wanted to get in. And then I said to myself, you know what? I can be an agent or, I can be, that coach that people needs in the industry. And
Hmm.
it's, I said it and I did it.
Hmm.
And I pretty much stood doing that, doing a lot of seminars for parents and teaching them how to get their children in the business, how to manage
Mhm.
their career, how to get in it the right way, because the
Right.
business could be nasty.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, what just to that, what are some tips that you do give the parents that you can share?
Um, I told the parents that they need to know the business inside and out. So
Mhm.
not just, the kids needing to know how to audition and
Mhm.
acting tips and modeling tips. Now, you don't need to do all that to be in the business, but it's
Mhm.
wise to know all that. It's very important in any career that you get into, that you know all the ins and outs. And back then, a lot of the parents weren't learning contracts and things like that. And I would tell them, you need to know. You really
Right.
do. Because, if something happens and you don't know, how to get out of it. So I would always tell them, you got to do your homework. You got to know. And if you don't, ask for help. But of course, it's an investment, because you do have to get a consultant or get a lawyer. It's worth it. If you want to get into the business, it is an investment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, of course, during my whole dancing, I got
Mhm.
into fitness, because during concert dancing, you had to be fit. So that
Mhm.
inspired me to, get my fitness licenses on the side. And I always said, I'm going to use those one day. And then when I got
Mhm.
out of the entertainment business, in front of the camera, I used it, on the side.
Awesome. So, who were some of the R&B artists or groups you danced back in the day with? If you can mention them, if not, that's fine.
Yeah, I cannot mention them only because I don't have permission to.
Right, right. Um, what made you study fitness and
I'll
nutrition?
tell you later.
What made you study fitness and nutrition? To go a little bit
um,
more beyond the fact that you, like you did the point you made earlier about, it helped you upkeep your dancing, physique and things of that nature. But what, as you progressed in your fitness career, like what was your big why apart from just keeping your physique for dancing?
you know, um, that was my stress reliever. You
Mm.
know,
Okay.
um, I battled a lot, being a workaholic. I was a workaholic ever since I was young, you know,
Mm.
and having that type of mindset, you have to have something, an outlet. And my outlet was working out.
Mm.
And that outlet saved my life, because
Wow.
when I had, my health compromised, and it was because I was in good health that helped me to recuperate much better, and
Mhm.
faster. So I tell people, especially young people, what you do as a young person is very important,
Mhm.
very important, because if something was to happen in life and you continue it, you will recuperate at a faster rate than a person that is not fit.
Wow.
And of course, eating nutritiously.
Yes, yes, that goes a long way. It does. I've seen that firsthand with some of my own family members because they've always been physically fit and always kind of had a pretty much healthy diet. When things kind of started to hit them when they got up in age, they were able to bounce back much quicker than the average person that never took care of their body at all. So that is
Absolutely.
very true. Um, what will you say are your specialties as a personal trainer and wellness coach?
I would say helping someone to become well,
Hmm.
and also that person that used to be well. Um, I, like to think of myself as that reminder, that coach that'll let them know that you can do it.
Hmm.
And anyone, I have um, a lot of clients that I train, and they're all special to me. They're all very, very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And as a coach, you know, they look up to you. And every time, I'm not just that coach that just exercises them and say, okay, goodbye, you know. I give them pep talks, you know. I mother them as well, you know. Um, so I'm, you know, I'm always there to give them advice on food and um, what they should be doing on a regular basis. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Can you share two of each supplements, essential oils, and herbs that the audience can use for their holistic lifestyle? That's your favorite.
let's see, there's so many. So I like using a type of personal diffuser, like this
Okay.
cute little one. Is battery operated. I think everybody
Mhm.
should have one of these on their desk
Okay.
because when you're stressed, you know, you can put that cinnamon in there, or it's
Mm.
chamomile and peppermint. And when you turn it on, and you could just, you know, inhale, and it's like everything goes out the door. And
Mhm.
it's not, you know, one of those things that, oh, is going to go away. No, the essential oils have healing mechanisms, you know,
Mm.
especially for the mind. And
Mm.
so peppermint is great. Lemon grass is great. Eucalyptus.
Mhm.
There's so many different ones. So I have an ebook. So if
Okay.
anyone that's watching would like some formulas to do in putting together some essential oils, I will email it to you, Tiffany, and you
Okay.
can send it out. A free ebook giving
Oh,
you
wow.
essential oil information.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. And what about two of your favorite supplements and herbs that you like to share?
So I love wellness teas. You know, there's different herbs that goes together to help do something. So I would have to
Mm-hmm.
say the best herb
Mm-hmm.
that I love is moringa, and I love the rose hip as well because it's great for the skin. Um,
Okay.
and let me see what else. Supplements. So the supplements, it all depends on your age. So of course, I'm 50 years old and I'm proud to be 50. And I'm gonna be 51 this year. And for someone that's over 50, of course, you don't have no time to like skip on any supplements because unfortunately you can't get everything from the food nowadays. So
Mhm.
you know, eat nutritiously, but at the same time, we need to supplement because as we age, there's vitamins and minerals that are leaving us because of age. So we got to put that back in. So, for instance, I take a multivitamin for women over 50, or 50 and over, and then I take vitamin D3. And I like to mention I am a vegan, so I need extra stuff, you know. So, and I also take B complex as well. I take hyaluronic acid, which is very important, and calcium, um, black seed oil.
Okay. That's a popular one, yeah, black seed oil. So you said to that question, in my mind. So you say you're vegan. Hi, sis Amby. Thank you for joining us. So to that, you said you became vegan. When did you become vegan and why? And how has tell us about that journey so far?
So when I was a little girl,
Mm-hmm.
I was weird. My mom would cook,
Mm-hmm.
and I would get sick.
Mm.
I smelled meat, and I get sick.
Hmm.
So back then in the 70s, you know, my mom was like, "What is wrong with you?" You know, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just being stubborn. You don't want to eat your food. Um, no, that wasn't it. I just didn't, you know, my body didn't like the meat. It didn't even like the smell of meat. So
Mm.
I was constantly like, you know, vomiting and stuff like that. And
Wow.
so she took me to the doctor one day, and, you know, pretty much lots of tests.
Mm.
I needed intestinal surgery as well.
Wow.
But the doctor told my mother, do not give her meat. So my mother, being Puerto Rican, she's like, "What? How am I going to cook now?" You know. But my mom learns how to cook Puerto Rican food um, without the meat. So she would give me avocado for my protein, my beans. I wasn't really a big fan of rice. So she would put my beans inside the avocado and
Oh,
give me vegetables. And I still eat like that till this day. But my mom had to, she had seven of us, and I was the only oddball that was like that. But she did the best that she could. But as soon as she found out her baby girl could not eat meat, she learned how to cook a lot of different foods. Now, I am a wife and a mom. None of my kids came out vegan. My husband is definitely not vegan. So over the years, I would have to cook and get sick sometimes, but it was worth it because, if anything, outside of being a CEO, and I was a mom first
right.
before I became anything. So making sure that they, eat the best lean meat and, things like that, even though I got a little sick, was worth it because I love my family.
Yes, I know that that is very true about you, and I love that about you. You're all about family. So um, so go into even deeper about health. As a cervical and ovarian cancer survivor, what are some things you would like to share about your journey that helped you make it through those scary, life changing times?
When I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
I was not taking care of myself. Um, I just, I wouldn't go to the doctor or anything like that. I was always saying too busy, you know, um,
Mm-hmm.
and I was, but you're never too busy to take care of yourself. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't learn that until later on when I started getting sick. So I started having, premature things happening to me as a young girl, but I would ignore them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I had, pelvis problems. I wouldn't go and do pap smears and things like that. And
Wow.
then when I was 30 years old, I went to the doctor because I wanted to tie my tubes. And he said, "Well, you can't tie your tubes because you're pregnant. Um, and secondly, we have to do more tests on you because we found some cancer cells." So while
Wow.
I was pregnant with Joshua, who he's my baby boy, he's 20 years old now, I carried him while I had cervical cancer.
Wow. Are you
E-
serious?
Yeah, even though, the doctors, when they first told me I was pregnant, they did recommend that I terminate it. And, I didn't even hear that whole cancer thing. I was like, "Are you crazy? I'm not terminating my baby." So, you know, um, he was big. He was born very big. He was 11 pounds.
Wow.
And he he's my joy because he's that reminder that
Mm-hmm.
God did something. He really did. He
So
really
I mean, this is amazing. That I mean, he's literally a miracle, and so
did.
are you. So you're telling me, so during that time, did he go under any stress within the womb?
Yeah, well, first of all, he was like 3 weeks late.
Okay.
um and till this day, I would always think, why didn't they just induce me before, because he was so big. But there were different things happening to him while he was in my stomach,
Right.
because he was also born with the autoimmune disease. but
Wow.
but the thing is that, again, um while I was carrying him, the pregnancy was good. It was just that I was getting very swollen. I gained so much weight. I didn't even know who I was anymore because I went from this little stick dancer to a whopping 350 pounds. And I'm 5'2", so it
That's
was
a lot.
really, yeah, it was a lot for me. But then again, I had a lot of swelling and things like that because of all that stuff that was happening to me inside. So after I had Joshua is when they treated me, for the cervical cancer, um, which they didn't do a hysterectomy yet. That was later on in life. They tried to, help me with different things that's called leaping and freezing and, different things like that, that they thought was helping. And then a few years later, they had to do a partial hysterectomy.
Wow.
And then later on, I found out I had ovarian cancer because they left the ovaries there. So it turned into ovarian cancer. And then I had a full hysterectomy. But I was going through a lot. But then the only thing that kept going through my mind was I should have took care of myself when I was younger. I should have, because
Wow.
there were just so many signs, of me needing to go to the doctor as a young woman, and I would not go. The only time I would go to the doctor was when I was pregnant, and I have 4 children. I had my first son very young. I was 16 pregnant, 17 when I had him.
Wow.
And then I had Isaiah when I was 20, and then Marixa when I was 25, and then Joshua when I was 30. And,
Wow.
At the same time, during my 30s, I had a car accident. I had surgery in the back of my neck. I had fusion done. I developed different autoimmune diseases. It was like a domino effect,
Mm.
literally.
Mm-hmm.
I was told that I had a thyroid condition called Hashimoto's,
Mm.
which is really hard to live with. But I tell people you can live through anything. You really can. If you focus and you have that, tough attitude, that, you're going to do everything that you can to fight, you can do it, with proper nutrition, keep moving, exercise. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I lift weights. I do everything that I can so that I can keep moving, because that's really important. I had my hands reconstructed like 5 times,
Yeah.
in
About
both
that.
hands, you know, always
Wow.
wearing cast, but again, it recuperated very quickly. And I tell people all the time, even though you go through things, if you keep your nutrition up and you continue to move, it'll help whatever's going on. We may have to live with certain things, but we don't have to let it defeat us.
Mm. Listen, I agree with you, Sister Donica. She is truly a walking testimony. Like the amount of things that you have been through, like some of this, I've been her mentee for some years now, and I'm just hearing a lot of this for the first time. So I'm literally in shock with you guys. This is why I love her so much, because of her. She's raw, she's transparent, and she gonna give it to you. Like she's not gonna hold back. So this is why I'm saying she's a special edition for this Sunday, because oh my goodness, this is crazy. I'm sitting here like, what? You didn't tell me this. Oh my goodness. So, what are some things you have planned this year with your company, Wellness Matters, and So Do You LLC?
One of the things that I have planned is providing prenatal services. So I am a certified doula. So
Ooh.
I'm going to help them, during their time of pregnancy, getting them, um, with the whole lactating tips and advice and being there. There's so many women that need someone there. There's so
Mm-hmm.
many women that don't have that family unit.
Mm-hmm.
And that has a lot to do with wellness, even during, pregnancy, after pregnancy, um, those postpartum, times.
Mm-hmm.
So after I finished my certification, I was like, yes, I can see what a blessing this is going to be to Wellness Matters, and adding that to underneath my company, because I do the same thing for seniors, for people with no health issues at all. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that I cover everyone. I want to be that, company that anyone could come into my company and find a service.
Oh wow. So I mean, currently, what are you doing for disabled children, or families with disabled children?
So with that, I do a lot of like online coaching with that, with a lot of parents that
Mhm.
um, I'll teach the parents what they need to be doing with their legs to stimulate, with
Mhm.
their hands, um, even, little pointers like where to touch them to calm them and things like that. When I was younger, I got involved in the, medical industry as like a CNA. In school, I was a paraprofessional, so I dealt with a lot of special needs um,
Mhm.
children. Um, and I'm also a member of the Alzheimer's Association
Yeah.
advocacy group. And of course, my mom passed away from that, and she was the reason why I stayed for so long in helping other people that have family members that have Alzheimer's.
Wow.
And it's just one of those things that it happens, and then we can either let it depress us and destroy us, or think of a way that you can help somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't you even organize a walk or marathon for that as well?
Yeah.
After you,
So I
mhm.
do a walk every October, the Alzheimer's walk every
Mhm.
October. And this year, well, last year, since the whole COVID thing happened, um, it was closed, and they said, well, you can do your own walk until we meet again next year.
Mhm.
And I was like, absolutely, I'm still going to do it. And I did.
Oh,
It's just, it means everything to me,
wow.
and I learned a lot about that disease. And, when you start learning about a family member that has something, you got to do everything that you can to learn about that particular illness so that
Mhm.
you can be more, educated in it.
Right, absolutely. And I know how much you loved your mom. I do.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I know it means a lot to you.
Yes.
Um, but also with COVID, how has that changed your business as well, your wellness business? What are
Well,
some things that you're doing differently now?
I do a lot of online work, but I still have one-on-one clientele that I meet, of course, because I do offer those services at a gym, at Anytime Fitness in Ocoee, Florida. And I wear a mask. Uh, some people wear masks, some do
Mhm.
not. But those that are not, using a mask, I'm like 8 feet away from them, and just make sure that it's still safe.
Mhm.
Because a lot of times when you're doing cardio and things like that, they can't wear a mask.
Right.
They're going to fall out, you know? So I just make sure that, nobody else is around, and we're still doing it, safely.
Yeah,
The only
absolutely.
thing that I would say changed with this whole COVID thing is when I was in the entertainment business and modeling and all that, I went to school and became a makeup artist. And
Mhm.
that's the only thing that I miss, is that it's not the same ever since COVID. Um, but now I'm doing like a lot more tutorials, and I'm also selling a lot of my makeup line, opposed to, applying it. With my clients. But I absolutely love the whole skin and body wellness.
Yeah, definitely. So what would you, let's take it back a little bit, but what would you advise that girl from Bushwick, Brooklyn, New York today, or any young aspiring entrepreneurs, especially those that want to enter in the entertainment industry, fashion, or in wellness? Like, what would you say to them?
Don't give up. Don't give up. Because, I didn't come from mentors.
Hmm.
If anybody knows where Bushwick is, I don't need to say anything else. But Bushwick was pretty tough back then. And I needed to know how to fight. I needed to know how to run. And I needed to just instinctively know how to protect myself, and leaving Brooklyn and trying to like tame that part was very hard for me. You know, I did it very slowly as I was growing up, but I would say not to give up, because when you really want to do something, do everything that you can to learn all about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you connect yourself with people that can help get you there. And you
Mm-hmm.
will find people. You know, they're out there. You just have to link up with the people that want you to succeed.
Right. That part. Yeah, because
That's
not
the
everybody
key.
wants to see you win. You know, a lot of people see you as competition, especially when you're entering into those types of industries, entertainment, fashion, particularly, very competitive, cutthroat industries. So, you know, you really have to have real good discernment
Hmm.
on who to really connect with in those industries. Definitely, but never give up. I attest to that. You know how long it took me to get in front of the camera. You know,
Hmm. Yeah.
so, and you know, because we both share that being an introvert and things of that nature.
Mhm.
So I finally just took the leap of faith, and God said, "Get out there, because I'm not playing with you anymore." Um,
That's right.
so I had to
That's
do
right.
it. And my mom, my apostle, my doctor, Safina Thomas, hi mom, that's on here. She doesn't play with me neither. So she's like, no, you need to get on the screen. You have to start, you know, going live
It's
and
your
speaking.
time, you know. But
You know, I
one thing
thank
for
you. I
sure
received
that
it.
I tell people is that be careful what you ask God for, because here's the thing. When I was younger, I'm not gonna preach, but I'm gonna tell you, when I was
No, go
younger,
ahead. For free reign.
I
This is
said,
Sunday.
I said, Lord, I really want to be a mentor. I really want to help people. Now, back then, I didn't know that it meant that RIA had to go through something in order to be that person.
Woo! You
And
hitting
he
the
protected me for a reason. He protected me for a reason so that I can be a testimony.
Yes, yes. That's the thing. Yes, we have to be careful what we wish for, because when we put those things in the atmosphere, oh, you're gonna go through the fire.
Yeah.
You're gonna be tested for real in that
Yeah.
very thing you're asking for. Yeah, and you gotta stay in the game no matter what. You gotta stay in the game. Telling you right now. So before I let you go, what special offers? I know you mentioned your ebook already, but do you have any other special offers in any of your businesses? Because you have so many that you would like to share with the audience. Of course, your websites are up there for everyone that's tuning in, and those that will catch the replay, they can see your website here on live. But what special offers, or what do you have coming up for spring? Spring is about to approach,
Yeah.
or summer. You know, let us know what's going on.
So, especially just for you.com is a customized products. So,
Mhm.
I customize and make everything myself
Oh
from
wow.
natural skin products, because when I tell people, a lot of the things that we apply absorbs into our skin, and if
Mhm.
you don't know the ingredients or what it means, you have no business applying it, because it can cause havoc in your body. It's cancer causing. A lot of these things are
Yes.
cancer causing. And so my serums are all natural.
Mm.
I mean, oils are the best. And a lot of people like, well, if I have oily skin, you know, what can I use? There's oils that absorb, that does not leave your skin oily, like
Mm.
the rosehip oil will absorb into your skin. The jojoba oil will absorb and nourish your skin. So there's different things. And for especially just for you.com, anybody that goes in there and they place their order, they see that is everything's customized. You
Mhm.
have a place where you can tell me your skin type, even teas. You can tell me, okay, I need something for to support my allergies or my blood pressure.
Mhm.
And I know exactly how to do it. And, you know, I send it to you. And the shipping is going to be free just because they heard it here.
Okay. You
Mhm.
hear that, guys? So what about RiaMollyFitness.com? What can they find out there? What's coming up on that site?
RiaMalley.com is basically, if you have like an event, if
Mm-hmm.
you click on book RIA, I can do speaking engagements. And a lot of people are having an event, whether it's online
Hmm.
or physical. I do wellness seminars, and I also do boot camps.
Okay, awesome. And what about the fitness website?
The fitness website is fitness apparel. They can also book me as well.
Hmm.
And by the way, the riamalley.com, I also give consultations to the entertainment business. So when they
Oh,
go on that, they're going to see different tabs that'll, guide them as far as what services they want.
okay. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So, I mean, this has just been great. I love talking with you. It's been a while since we got it because she's super busy, y'all. Like, y'all see how many things she owns and certifications, and she's just like I said, she is just a wealth of knowledge, and she's such a beautiful person. And it's always a pleasure when I could actually get hold of her. As my mentor, I mean, honey, you got to be booked out for like months ahead to get in touch with Miss Molly. But it's a good thing, right?
Yes.
So it's been an honor. It's truly been an honor to have you on tonight. You know how much I love you, how much I adore you.
Thank you.
As your mentee, I really look up to you and what you have done and what you continue to do in ministry, in the community, and with your businesses, especially in the entertainment and wellness. And you're a woman of balance. That was one thing that I left out for you. But even just before you go, can you share, like, how have you balanced it all as a mom, as a wife, as a CEO, for the women or, entrepreneurs that are listening? How do you balance that when you have so many businesses, you have children, you have a spouse, you're in ministry? Like, how do you do that?
So right now, I'm going through empty nest. So all my children are grown. They
Mm-hmm.
don't need me as much, So I'm going through that whole, separation anxiety from that because I was that mom that was PTA. I went on field trips with them. I even worked at their schools. I took my children with me to work. Whenever I had a job, I made sure that I can bring my kids with me. So I was blessed when it came to that. I know a
Mm-hmm.
lot of women can't do that. But
Mm-hmm.
as soon as I got like my own office and I got to, do my own hours, I made sure that my family was first in my life. I absolutely did.
Mm-hmm.
As they started, getting older, I also would even hire them in my companies so that, they can have some type of skill. I did that with each and every one of them, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so that instilled a lot of great work ethics in them.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say make the time, enjoy the field trips. You can make time. Just you see which ones you're gonna go to, you know, um, and make it a point to enjoy that because the memories is what's gonna hold you when you go through that emptiness like I am.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for that. I
Mhm.
hope everyone is listening, the young entrepreneurs that have families are starting to consider starting a family. Just keep that in mind. Family is so important. And honestly, I don't see how you can do what you do and that not be a part of your why. Like, everything I do is because of God and family. That's it for me. Like,
Absolutely.
it's nothing outside of that for me. So family is a beautiful thing. Yes, it's a struggle sometimes juggling it all, but it's a beautiful thing to see the smiles on their faces.
Yes.
And it's not about, the spending the money and the gifts and all of that stuff. That stuff is great to do when you're blessed at that level to do so. But
Mhm.
it's the quality time. You could never get back time.
Absolutely.
And time with family is everything. So I am a cheerleader on that one. And also invest in your children, invest in their talents. If you have businesses, like she said, bring them into the business, teach them the skills now. A lot of people, as you're seeing going on social media, they're talking about, training up your children to know what an LLC is and opening up LLCs in their name from, as their little children. We have kidpreneurs now, as they call them. It's never too early to start, investing in your children and, building things, investing into their future by launching a business for them and seeing what they're interested in. You know, it may not make sense to you, but that may be the next big thing for children. And, you know, if your child has an interest, pay attention.
Absolutely.
And invest, you know, and go on the journey with them. Let them know that they're not alone.
And by the way, I homeschooled one of my children, and I
Oh,
taught her
good.
a lot of entrepreneur skills, and she grew up to be such a special young woman. You know,
Mhm.
I'm so proud of her.
Oh, wow.
You know, so proud of her. But I wanted to mention also with me and my husband, I met my husband when I was 15 years old,
Wow.
and I got married when I was 19.
Mm.
So, you know, we've been together for a very long time, and he
Yeah.
was the one in ministry, and I was that wife that stood away from church. I would not go. I was that wife that was like, okay, bye. You know, he was going to church, I would work. You know, I didn't start getting into going to church until I was diagnosed with cancer, 30 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I would go, like I met my husband there, but I only went because my sister invited me. You know, it was one of those things. I wasn't in the ministry. I
Mm.
just started, you know, getting into the ministry in my 30s.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you know why I so love that you're sharing this is because most times what we see in our society, especially in ministries, that it's the woman always going to church and the man staying home. So it's the reverse for you, which you know that's like a shocker because you know that's what we see. We see so you know it's always a large attendance of women.
Mhm.
So that speaks a lot about your husband and why your marriage is so strong all these years. That speaks a
Yeah.
lot about his character. Um, yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Mhm.
So once again, I just want to thank you. I definitely want to bring you back spring or summer to catch up with you to see what you're doing, how's the business growing, any new things that you're rolling out, and just to touch base. I'll be bringing some of my favorite speakers back.
Okay, great.
After I take my little hiatus next month and work on some other things in the back and on social media with this web series and stuff like that. But I am so grateful that you came on tonight. It was a pleasure, it's an honor, and I love you so much. And keep
Thank
doing
you.
what you
Love
do.
you.
I love you.
Thank you.
So John, break music, please. Okay, everyone, it's Sunday. I don't want to keep you long. I want you to get to your families. I know it's Sunday. I normally, like I said, I don't do interviews on Sundays, but for a special someone near and dear to my heart, she was an exception to my rule. So I hope you enjoyed the interview. For those who are tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Remember to tag, share, and like the broadcast. Give us some hearts. Give us your questions and your feedback so we can continue to improve the web series. We got one more to go for January, and then we're going on a break on here. But that you'll catch me on the Instagram page doing some things with my social media page, and I may do some lives here and there on YouTube to get my YouTube page going a little more. But I just appreciate all your support. Please, please, please leave your comments and your questions. If you would like to be a guest on the show, inbox me on Facebook. You can also email me. I will drop my email in the comment section. don't think that you cannot come on here if your business is new. I want to even hear from the newbies, the fresh out the gate entrepreneurs. I even want to hear from you guys, especially those who are launching out online. Once again, I am Tiffany F. Young. I am your video content strategist. I'm your web series producer, and I'm your virtual and hybrid event producer. If you need anything virtual, I am your virtual plug. I have the connection. I will connect you to the right people, and I'll make sure that the job gets done. And I have an international team. I do not only work within the US. So don't feel because you are not in America that you cannot work with me. That is not true. Just want to put that out there. So once again, I love you all for tuning in. It means a lot to me for all the support, and I'm going to keep doing this to the best of my ability. And with God on my side, we all going to win. And I want to see you guys win. This is why I do the show, to make sure that you guys are getting the information that you need, that you are hearing the transparent journeys of these amazing entrepreneurs and work from home professionals, digital content creators every week or every month that we come out with the web series. I really hope that you all are getting something out of it. And if you're not, then it's up to you guys to make sure that you give me the questions, the comments, and the feedback so I can improve and I can add more topics to the web series and do something new. And we want to get you on here. So, if you haven't seen something yet that you wanted to see or need to see, then that means you need to be on the show and you need to participate, and let's make some things happen. Let's work. Okay. Because we have people that really need this information. There's a lot of big people within the online space that do not drop the gems, that do not share information because of this cloud that they call competition. But for me, I don't see competition. I see a need for greater collaboration and partnership. So let's work, let's get together, let's make it happen. I love you all. Have a blessed Sunday with your family and friends, and relax, tune out, stay off of social media, stay prayed up, stay focused, and get the job done no matter what obstacle is in your way. Remember always that the show must go on. I love you all. Good night.